are you doing today? My name's Andrew.
What's up, man? Name's Nate.
Nice to meet you. I got your file, and kind of know a little bit about you. How are things going? Just in general today, in the past few weeks.
Today's going good. So obviously I came in here for a reason. I saw your profile online, and I actually went through a few counselors looking through their portfolios, and I saw that you actually play baseball. So I saw we can relate with that.
Oh, really? You play baseball?
Yeah, man.
Okay. Do you still play or?
Yeah, I play in a men's league. Nothing serious right now.
Okay.
So yeah,
Did you play in college or high school?
I did play in college. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, where'd you play?
I played at Fairleigh Dickinson.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot about that program. It's a good program.
Yeah, man.
I personally played at Kaiser University.
Okay, yeah, cool. I heard about that too.
Yeah, I graduated from there
Mm-hmm.
and went to medical school after,
Mm-hmm.
and finally, after a while, got my degree and started up my practice.
Cool.
How about you?
Yeah, so I played baseball in college. Actually, I ended up going into medical school as well. A little bit forced, but I kind of went through the whole process, and now I'm actually studying to be a doctor, practicing
Oh, really?
a doctor. Yeah.
Really? What field?
Actually, it was psychology.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're looking to become a psychologist?
I am.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, man.
Now I know a little bit about you.
Mhm.
That's kind of cool. You're a baseball player.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about what brings you in today. How are you feeling?
So today, like I said before, I'm feeling good today. Usually, it's not that. That's not the case.
Really?
No.
Okay. What has changed in life? What kind of things are, starting to make you feel this way?
Honestly, I just feel overwhelmed.
Really?
Yeah.
What's overwhelming?
Well, for one, my girlfriend's always pressuring me to marry her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How long has that been going on?
Probably around like 6 months now, half a year.
6 months?
Yeah.
Okay. How often would you say that she, brings that conversation up?
Man, dude, that conversation every time we were talking about anything, she'll always bring it up somehow, some way,
Okay.
and it always turns into an argument every time.
So things get a little bit, heated.
Yeah, like not physical because it doesn't get to that point,
Yeah,
but
of course.
we'll yell at each other.
Okay, so after those arguments, what, between you guys, what happens? Do you guys not talk to each other for a while? Or?
Yeah, so we'll probably go without talking to each other probably for, I don't know, like a day at most. But we'll end up starting talking to each other again, It's nothing crazy.
Okay, so you would say for about 6 months, your girlfriend's really been pressuring you to get married.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you've noticed about her that could, be bringing this conversation on? Or, how about this? How long have you guys been together?
We've been together for about 5 years now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you would say before she started talking about this, your guys' relationship was...
Dude, everything was going great.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, then all of a sudden she just pushed that into every conversation.
Well, okay. So, do you have, a past, how are your parents?
My parents? What do you mean?
Towards you, were they kind of they let you be who you were, or were they more pushy into things?
So when I was younger, I kind of did notice that my parents pushed me a little bit, but I think that's just the way I was, because I'm an uncertain person. So I always kind of was brought up having things set out for me, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Usually it was more my mother. My father kind of just went with the flow.
Okay. So your parents were a little bit pushy when they, tried to get you to do things.
Yeah. Now when I think about it, I played baseball. So actually, I wanted to play football originally, but I was actually put into baseball because, they pushed me into it. But it turns out that I actually enjoy baseball, so that kind of worked out. But
and it was more your mom that wanted you to play baseball.
Yeah,
than
it was.
football?
It was.
Would you say it's, a lot like most moms, some moms don't like the contact in football. So would you
Could
say,
be it.
Okay. Are your family big baseball fans?
They are. But the thing is, so like I said, it worked out this time, but usually it doesn't work out like that. Usually they'll be pushy and I'm not really into what they're telling me to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for me, I went to med school. Actually, after a year, I was kind of out of it. I didn't really want to do it. But I ended up pushing through it. Obviously, I was ready at that point, and here I am today, practicing to be a doctor.
Okay. And you'd say today, you're kind of more like you that's what you want to do. Would you say that you felt that medical school might not be for you because of how time consuming
Yeah,
and
it was
hard
super
it was?
overwhelming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay. Well, that makes sense because I know I kind of experienced the same
Yeah,
thing.
exactly.
Medical school can be, it's no
Right.
cakewalk. So, would you say that, it might be like, looking back on it, like, you kind of see the things that your girlfriend is currently doing with, the wanting to get married and stuff like that. Would you say that, it kind of reflects off of what, your mom kind of did when you were younger and even up until medical school?
Yeah, I never even thought about that. It's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that can occur where, I've seen it before where, like somebody's parents might have been, acted a certain way or been a certain way towards, their kids and, later in life, especially with a partner,
Mm-hmm.
if that partner, is like, you just said, like your girlfriend's a lot, like very pushy about getting married, they can
Yeah.
kind of see a lot in their parents.
So you think that's what's going on in my situation?
I'm not saying that's what's going on, but it, it's kind of something that you have to feel,
Mhm.
but like based off of, my previous clients, that could be the reason that you are feeling the way that you are.
Right.
So is there anything that is, kind of stopping you from wanting to get married, or is it just the fact that you just aren't ready?
I'm gonna be honest. So like, I'm still young. I'm 31 years old. And I still I feel like if you get married, it's kids come along with that. It's a lot of settling in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still want to travel. I still want to do a lot of things in my life, and I
So
feel like I'm not ready for that next step yet.
So you mentioned traveling, and you would say that that's something that you've always wanted to do,
Always wanted to do.
and you just never got the chance.
Always been busy.
Yeah.
But I feel like coming up right now is when would probably be the best time that I can actually pursue traveling. You know
And
what I'm saying?
in the way that you think about it, you would say that getting married would kind of,
Mhm.
not let that happen.
Right.
Okay. So, I mean, it makes a lot of sense what you're saying. It definitely makes sense that because you want to travel and do other things, more spontaneous things that you've always wanted to do, that getting married might stop you from that.
Right.
And that's what you would say is kind of the reason why you don't want to commit yet.
Correct.
Okay. So how have you been have you been trying to what are you trying to do to, kind of settle yourself down after these heated arguments with your wife, or not your wife, your girlfriend? Have you been doing anything to try and cope?
Yeah, so probably not the best thing to do, but I've been smoking marijuana in order to cope. And actually, it's funny because in college, I actually smoked marijuana too. And looking back on it, I thought it was just something that I wanted to do. I don't enjoyed it, but I actually used it to cope with college as well, because I had a lot of work.
Mhm.
So it's kind of the same situation here. I use it to cope.
And does your girlfriend know that you've started smoking again?
She
or-
does, and that's another thing that we argue about.
So she does not like
She
it?
does not like it.
Okay. And if she catches you or sees you smoking marijuana, would that be something that sets off an argument?
100% every time.
Yeah, so she's very against it.
Very against it.
And you still think that it's kind of one of the ways that really helps.
Yeah, it helps me. So honestly, it's either I stay mad and stay stressed, or I smoke marijuana and I'm not as mad and I'm
So
not as stressed.
you would say it kind of just calms you down.
Correct.
It just starts to put your mind at ease if you're
Correct.
feeling a little bit too stressed out or anxious about it.
Right.
Okay, that would make a lot of sense. So I did see in your file that you said that you did use marijuana in college,
Mm-hmm.
and so looking back to when you used marijuana in college, is there a reason you smoked in college, or was it more just
Like
the
I
college
said,
life?
yeah. I mean, so in the moment, I thought it was about college life, but when I do think about it, I actually did have a lot of work going on, a lot of stressful things. I'm trying to keep my grades up. I was playing ball at the time, so it's a lot of juggling it.
Yeah,
you played baseball too, so you kind of understand it's a lot to do. as
Yeah,
a
I
student
understand
athlete.
it. It's like a full-time job being a college
Correct.
athlete.
Yeah.
Juggling school, especially if you're pre-med and looking to become a doctor.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
and to a lot of people that were in the same situation, including myself.
Right.
So I definitely can relate to that.
Mhm.
So would you say that like how long ago would you say that you started using marijuana again?
What do you mean, like recently?
Yeah, when did you like have you been smoking marijuana like since college, or did you previously start like more around the time that you
Yeah.
started feeling more anxious
Around
and
the
stressed?
time, honestly, probably. I think the day that we started, that she mentioned about getting married, that's the day I started smoking again.
Okay, because that was just like a big like
I needed it
yeah, you
Yeah.
just felt that it was the only thing that could like calm you down at
because
the time.
it worked in the past, and I did it again. I started
And
doing it again.
are you self medicating, or is it something that you know you've gotten prescribed?
Self-medicated.
Self medicated.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not something you know it's terrible, but you know, so she knows that it's self medicated.
She does,
Okay.
and she still gets mad at it, even though honestly it works. You know, like it calms me down, and if she can see that it calms me down, yeah, she still makes it a point of argument.
Okay. So what? So with that being said, like, has there been any kind of efforts, you know, to kind of resolve your guys' issues or kind of come to a middle ground? Like, have you guys tried to do any of that or no?
We tried, but it's like I said, she is so adamant about getting married that it's almost impossible to make amends.
So if you brought it up to her, you know, when you're like, hey, like, how can we fix this? She's kind of standoffish and like,
Mhm.
there's no way.
Yeah,
Like, you know, I want to get married and
yeah,
that's it.
very adamant. And honestly, it's kind of making me feel in the relationship like I don't want to pursue it. Like that's how bad it's getting. You know.
And have you tried, you know, looking into any other kind of, you know, like maybe like couples therapy or something like that? Have you guys talked about that?
We have, but I'm gonna be honest. I know the root issue, so I never really wanted to do it. Like I know a way to solve it, and I feel that it's on her now. You know,
Okay.
it's on her to
So
stop
you
pushing
think,
for the
so you
marriage.
think she's kind of being a little bit too stubborn about it?
Yeah, I just don't think she's seeing it from my perspective.
Okay, and what's your perspective?
I want to live my life right now because I'm still young, and I don't want to settle down yet.
Okay. You know, along with, you know, making efforts to kind of come to a middle ground, you know, a lot of people like, you know, think that having kids will be like their solution, and currently that's definitely not the case.
Mhm.
You know, did you ever have any like pets growing up?
Actually, I did. I had a dog growing up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you have any pets right now?
do not.
And would you say that like something like that would kind of be helpful in the current situation if you like got a dog or a cat or like some kind of pet?
I feel like it could be. I liked my dog when I was growing up. I love my dog, obviously, but yeah, no, I never really considered having a dog right now.
Okay. And your girlfriend ever had any pets or
Not in this relationship, no.
no?
Mm-mm.
How does she feel about pets?
We honestly never brought it up.
Yeah.
No.
Well, that could be something that definitely might help both of you kind of come and relate to.
Mhm.
Is, you know, like, I know for like me and my wife, like, you know, we never really had any like issues, but you know, getting a dog definitely like it helps a lot with
Right.
like always kind of having something to relate to. Like, you know, we both love our dog, and so that could be something that might help
Got you.
with that.
Mhm.
But as far as that goes, as far as like efforts go to resolve the issue, like how are you approaching the situation? Like when you try, like have you trying to just like talk to her about it, or like are you like doing things like, you know, going on dates or?
Mhm. Yeah, so like we obviously have still our relationship aspect. We still go out and stuff, but it seems more so than not that we're getting into arguments, and you know that's what's making me not want to pursue this relationship because it doesn't seem like she's seeing it from my perspective. She has her own perspective, and it's either her way or the highway type of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So you just feel like she's being
Very
very
stubborn.
stubborn.
Yeah.
Has
exactly.
she always been a stubborn person? Or?
She honestly, I haven't seen her this stubborn ever until she mentioned what we're going through right now.
Okay, and like what do you think? There's something like maybe in her life that maybe set it off, like.
I don't think so.
It's
I
just
feel like she
not-
would. I feel like she would have talked about it by now.
Yeah.
But there could be. But
Okay.
I'm not 100% about that.
Well, as far as you know, trying to get to the bottom of it, because you do still want to be with her, correct?
Yeah.
You want to figure this out and
Do yep.
kind of find a middle ground.
Yeah.
So, one thing I might recommend would be, you know, how do you feel about couples therapy?
Like I said, it was mentioned before, but I feel like I know the root issue. But I mean, if if that's the suggestion that I should take, then I feel like it's something I can do.
Well, if it's completely up to you. I mean, like if it's something that you think would, benefit the relationship, and it's something that you think, you want to do,
Yeah.
it definitely might be something you want to bring up to her.
Okay.
And if she turns that down, there's other options.
Right.
But at the end of the day, if she wants to get married and that's it, that's a decision that you're gonna have to make.
Mm-hmm.
And there's not really any way around that.
Okay.
But I would definitely, if that's something you'd be willing to do personally, I'd bring up like something like couples therapy to her,
Mm-hmm.
or see if there's something that you guys could start doing together,
Right.
like on a schedule, like a weekly thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's my recommendation to you.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, it was very nice talking to you, and we'll schedule for next week if that's what you want to do.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. Sounds good.
That was good.